Hey guys, it's CWillyHD here, and welcome back to Game Breakers. This time we'll be continuing our Super Mario Sunshine series with the second world, Ricco Harbor. This level has a whole lot of glitches in it, from walking underwater, beating Yoshi's fruit adventure without Yoshi, skipping the entire secret stage, and more. So let's not waste any more time and get into the video. Up first is a glitch you can do to enter the level itself. In Delfino Plaza, simply jump into the water and swim underneath the bridge. When Mario's under the entrance, jump up and you should get warped into the level. In the first episode of the level, Blooper breaks out, there's a little out of bounds trick we can do. Run up to the tentacle and grab on. Instead of pulling it straight back like you normally do, bring it to the other side of the boxes. There's a little sliver we can just clip inside. Now you can just let go and have a look around. You can see the tentacles from behind and see a pretty glitchy set of boxes. Like I said before, you can do this on either side, but the results are about the same. You can also bring the tentacle surprisingly far past its normal limits. There's not a whole lot you can do with this one, but it's still an easy way of clipping out of bounds. Moving over to episode 2, Blooper Surfing Safari, we can glitch the race into never starting. We can even reach the area through an unintended way by timing a hover after jumping off the edge, and then reach the loading zone. Once in the level, we have to react pretty fast. As soon as you can, switch to your hover nozzle and hover over the Pianta. Hop off his head and then hover over to this ledge. He'll never begin talking to you, and now we can run around the level without starting the timer. It's a lot more relaxing without having the pressure of dying. We can also scout out the level and get a feel for the race before even starting it. Once you're done, just walk near the Pianta and he'll start the conversation like you just landed in. While in the Blooper Surfing Safari, there's a way to skip past the majority of the race. I'd recommend picking the green Blooper as he can turn the sharpest. Once in the race, play through it normally until you get to this section with the spikes. You need to turn right and then hop up on this little ledge. Ride as close as you can to the wall, and once you land back in the water, turn back to the left. Jump onto this platform and ride it all the way across. Now you're basically at the end and you can finish the race a little quicker. It's important you get as close to the wall as possible, as this is what causes the game to think that you went all the way around. If you didn't, you'll just ride over the finish line, but it won't stop. By hugging the wall, it'll activate the trigger. I'm not really sure if this is a glitch, but it's still a neat shortcut. Up next is getting out of bounds, and there's a very easy way of doing so. Enter any episode and head over to this crane. Position Mario so he's standing just at the edge. When the crane lowers and stops, jump. Mario will immediately fall through. If you're in episode 6, 7, or 8, you'll land in some water. But if you're in the first 5, you'll immediately fall. Once you're down here, you must keep jumping or you will die. Hop up towards the land and you'll now be walking around underwater. Going back to before quickly, if you did land in water, all you have to do is swim away for a second and then Mario will shoot down into the void. Again, continuously jump and hop up onto the land. We can now have a look around Ricco Harbor from this new angle. You can see the deadly goop, this pillar that has way too much collision, and these fish jumping in and out of the water. Normally if you spray them above water, they'll get sent flying, but down here, you'll just stop them in their tracks for a brief moment. If you do this glitch during episode 2, you can enter the pipe that normally takes you into the Blooper surfing area. But now we're able to run inside and go further than we're ever supposed to. It eventually just becomes an invisible walkway, but there's still collision on all sides. Fortunately, it does give you a pretty cool view of the level. You can still enter the load zone from here if you hop up. If for some reason you want another way of getting out of bounds that's a lot harder, here you go. We need to clip inside this wood plank and stop hovering at just the right time to fall below the level. To do this, stand on these boxes, which can be found in some of the earlier episodes like 1 and 2. Hop and then spin jump towards the wood. At the peak of the jump, begin hovering. I figured out this is the best way to clip inside every time. Anyway, as you're inside the wood, wiggle the joystick to the left so you stay on the curve of the wall, and right as Mario is about to pop through, stop hovering. If timed correctly, you'll fall below the level and land in the void again. Keep jumping to stay alive and try to jump back in bounds under the water. And there you go. This way is a lot harder and took me about an hour. A majority of the times I did manage to clip through, I would land in the sewers and have to go all the way back around and start over. I can confidently say you should just use the crane trick, as it's 100 times easier. This is just a small little visual thing you can do when spin jumping at a cage. For a split second, Mario will do the animation of grabbing onto the cage but from the wrong angle, then quickly correct himself. I'm guessing this is due to the speed of Mario spinning around and not being able to place him in the right direction. This has absolutely no benefits, but it's still kind of funny. Up next is rocket storage. You can store rocket blasts and unleash them all at once. To do this, line Mario up so he's next to a ledge. Have your squirt nozzle out and then hold down L till it clicks to enter sidestep mode. Then switch to your rocket nozzle and press R down, but don't have it click or it won't work. This will charge up the rocket nozzle, and just as it's about to fire, let go of L. Switch back to the squirt nozzle and repeat the process. You can do this as many times as you like, and when you're ready, sidestep off the edge. Mario will fly up into the sky, and it takes a second for the camera to catch up to him. You can do this anywhere in the level, like this cage. You can also enter the secret level with the rocket nozzle and do the glitch here. You get a pretty good view, and if you stored enough rockets, you can reach the shine without ever touching the ground. And for one of the final uses, skipping episode 8. Normally during Yoshi's fruit adventure, you have to ground pound these switches until you get a durian to unlock Yoshi. Then you have to spray the fish to create moving platforms and navigate your way all the way over to the caged off area with the shine. However, this can be annoying and difficult, so here's another way of collecting the shine. Grab the rocket nozzle, blast up to this little ledge with the tree, and spray off one of the coconuts. Line Mario up with the cage we're trying to reach, and then put the fruit down. Without moving around, store a few rocket blasts. I did 3 to be safe. Pick up the fruit and then sidestep off the edge. Mario will fly up, and when the camera catches up to him, aim so you land on the platform. If you successfully pull this off, we're now ready to clip through. Also, quick side note, did anybody know you can carry fruits while climbing a cage? I guess this is really the only time I was ever able to try it, but I still never knew you could. Anyway, place the fruit down a little bit away from the cage and then climb on. Have Mario over top of the fruit and then push yourself down. He'll clip through to the other side, and now you can collect the shine. When pressing Y to enter Mario Cam, you can't normally move around, but we can change that. Grab a turbo nozzle, enter Mario Cam, and then slightly press down the R button. Mario will begin to walk around like we're about to blast forward, but since we're barely holding R, the turbo nozzle will never activate, allowing us to run around in this view. You can do this practically anywhere in the level, even swimming. I also took this a step further and did the out of bounds glitch from earlier and ran around underwater from this angle. I don't know why I love this glitch so much. Seeing sunshine from a new angle is pretty refreshing. And finally, collecting the shine at different angles. Probably the best and easiest way is during the Shadow Mario mission. After spraying him with enough water, he'll fall over and the shine will spawn. Stand underneath it, enter Mario Cam, and spin around. When you collect the shine, Mario will be facing a random angle. I thought this was the only time you could do this glitch, but someone pointed out in the comments on my last video you can technically do it with any shine in the game. Jump over top of the shine, enter Mario Cam, and then spin in midair. When you collect the shine, you'll get a similar result. So that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe. I want to thank you guys for the support on the last episode. I plan on continuing this series until all the worlds are complete. Speaking of which, there will be a playlist on screen if you want to check out any of the other released episodes. But for now, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, see ya!